One of the greatest illusions in life is continuity, especially on a global scale.
6 million years ago, the dinosaurs had thrived for over 165 million years. Nothing suggested their long reign was about to come to a sudden, violent end. The world was warm and pleasant, covered in lush forests and incredible biodiversity. Dinosaurs were everywhere, diversified into hundreds of specialized species across every continent.
Apex predators like the T-Rex ruled the land with undisputed power and grace. On a seemingly normal afternoon, a tiny detail in the sky began to change.
If dinosaurs watched the stars, they might have noticed a new, bright object appearing. Over several weeks, this tiny dot slowly became bigger and brighter in the sky.
Until one fateful day, it looked like a second moon, hanging in the darkness.
Then, it dipped into Earth's shadow, disappearing briefly before its final, catastrophic descent. In the morning, the object reappeared, now as large as the sun and growing every second. It took only seconds to pass through the atmosphere and make contact with the ground. Let's stop time. Here is the asteroid about to commit global species extinction. Larger than Mount Everest, it reached from the ocean floor high into the stratosphere. The energy of billions of nuclear weapons was released all at once as the asteroid vaporized. A flash of light illuminated the sky as an eerie, bright sphere grew over the Gulf. Bedrock melted into seething hot plasma at tens of thousands of degrees Celsius. Thermal radiation immediately burned everything within a radius of 1,500 kilometers. The crust lost all strength, flowing away from the impact site like a liquid. A hole 25 kilometers deep and 100 kilometers wide was carved into the Earth. The ocean was pushed back for hundreds of kilometers, creating a temporary void. As the crust bounced back, a temporary mountain formed, stretching 10 kilometers high. An incredible amount of material was blasted into the higher atmosphere, or even space. Some material orbited the Earth for thousands of years, hitting the Moon or Mars.
The violence of the strike was felt everywhere on Earth within minutes.
A magnitude 11 earthquake shook the planet, the most powerful quake in billions of years.
The shock was so strong, it likely triggered volcanic eruptions on the other side of Earth. In India, volcanic eruptions covered half the subcontinent with lava for 30,000 years.
Even opposite the impact, the ground moved by several meters. Nobody slept through this day.
A shockwave reaching speeds over 1,000 kilometers per hour shredded everything in its path. A ring of tsunamis as high as 1 kilometer headed in all directions. These waves were tall enough to cover any skyscraper humans would ever build. These waves were tall enough to cover any skyscraper humans would ever build. 15 hours later, waves were still towering 100 meters into the sky. But the worst was yet to come. Most of the ejected debris eventually came back. As things fell back through the atmosphere, they heated up to hundreds of degrees. This rapidly heated the entire atmosphere to insane, oven-like temperatures. The air became as hot as the inside of an industrial oven for several minutes. A lot of plants and animals died quickly if they couldn't find shelter in caves. Small creatures that could burrow or hide had a slim chance of survival. Massive wildfires were likely burning around the globe within just a few hours.
Then came the darkness. A thick plume of soot spread around the whole globe.
The planet sank into a deep darkness that would last for months. Photosynthesis shut down. Whatever plants survived the fire now starved for sunlight. Temperatures crashed by as much as 25 degrees Celsius. A global winter began. The oceans were hit hard. 90% of plankton died, collapsing the marine food web. This killed off the large marine reptiles that once dominated the prehistoric seas. The survivors found themselves in an alien landscape of ash and death. Fungi thrived on the remains of the old world, covering the dead forests. At least 75% of all species on Earth vanished from existence. The era of the dinosaurs was over, just like that. 1,000,000 years of history gone. Eventually, from the ashes of the old world, new survivors emerged. Birds, the direct descendants of dinosaurs, began to diversify and fill the skies. And mammals would eventually become the dominant animals on the planet. Without the asteroid, life on Earth would look fundamentally different today.
We might have never had the opportunity to become what we are today.
Today, we look back at their reign with wonder and a sense of fragile continuity.
Modern humans have been around for only 0.1% of the time dinosaurs were.
In this short amount of time, we've achieved impressive feats, from cities to space travel. Yet, our future and long-term survival are not a given.
If we're not careful, it could end in an instant, just like the dinosaurs. If we're not careful, it could end in an instant, just like the dinosaurs. But unlike them, we know our continuity is fragile. We can be prepared. We can be vigilant and hopeful. Our journey can go on for a long time.
If we're lucky, we'll continue to explore the wonders of the universe.
The story of life is one of resilience and constant change. Every ending is a new beginning. The dinosaurs left us a world to inherit. Life found a way to thrive again in forms we see all around us today.
We are the current keepers of this planet. Let's make our time count.